Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute everybody.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for you guys. You already know what it is. There's no big mix-ups for you guys. Nightwish Wednesday is still popping, but on my channel, we are doing something a little bit different. This is just kind of like a female appreciation week. I want to go and take time to dig into a lot of female artists that we don't normally cover for whatever reason. And here we are. Nightwish doesn't really get affected, so you guys are still rocking out. Two things to address before we started. No huge monologue. Number one, people were saying don't do Nightwish Wednesday. Instead, just do like a metal Wednesday where you go and explore other genres. I'm down with that. So I will still try and cover some Nightwish here and there because I want to do like at least 10. I want to get like a solid 10 to where I can listen to all three singers. I can listen to like all of the different like arguments of who's better and everything like that. I want to be able to get enough to where I still like taste all that. At the same time, I'll probably dig into Floor as an individual a little bit more because there was a lot of cool stuff that was requested for that. And somebody like, but I'm just going to use Wednesday as my day to just try other bands and stuff like that that's not normally hip hop. I am doing the other one. Someone requested the all Asian made band that did like heavy metal. I'm excited for that. That's going to come right after this. What was the other one? Okay, so the other one is like on some of the comments. I get you guys telling me how other reactors are breaking stuff down, especially those who are more in tune with the metal community. And here's why I'm not doing any kind of significant changes to my breakdown. I did change around the score points and stuff like that when we did the music scorecard so that lyrics weren't held as heavy as instruments because that made sense to me. But what I can't do is I can't score it the way other people do because for two main reasons. Number one, I can't break down a guitar solo because I don't know anything about it. I can tell you if it sounds good or not, but I don't know, like on a scale of 1 to 100 for a guitar solo, I couldn't tell you the difference between a 50 and an 80. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know it, so I don't want to pontificate and act like I do. I can just tell you if I think it's dope or not as far as that goes. The other thing about it was as far as the other reactors' perspectives, right? Like this is why they break it down. Well, if you already have another reactor that breaks it down a certain way, go watch the other reactor for that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need two different people giving you the same point of view. That's just excess media. You know what I mean? Like, there's no value that's being added for that. So I think the value of what I'm going to bring to the table as far as the metal scene is going to go is literally going to be letting you know what it sounds like and how it's perceived from someone who may or may not have any idea what they're talking about. Like, you get an ear from the hip-hop community that's going to be honest with you about it, and you get to hear what it sounds like to a layman who doesn't necessarily know how intricate that guitar solo was or all the music that went into creating the harmony in the background. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to give you that kind of uneducated perspective that you may or may not like, but at least it'll be something different for you guys. So, that being said, I'm ready to hop into it. I don't even got the headphones hooked up yet. I'm slacking. I was just ready to get started today. Woo. Hey. Do me a favor, run that gauntlet. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, little bell notification guy. And what do we want for down in the comments today? Down in the comments today. Alright, so this will be my third one for Nightwish. After this, I want to go into either specific lives from a singer that's not Floor, like one of the previous two singers. I think it's Tara or Annette. Or I want to dive into ones that are more rare and just reactions to Nightwish stuff that you guys don't normally get. And whichever one has the most likes down in the comments below, that'll be what I do for next Wednesday, as addition to doing some other metal stuff like we said on Wednesdays. But let's hop into this. 4 minutes is a lot better than 22. Okay, this right off the bat, this sounds more like what I have as like metal in my head, as opposed to the Blind Guardian-esque stuff that we heard before. This sounds more like Metallica-ish to me. It's the only thing that comes to mind. It sounds like Enter Sandman. it messed me up for a second that we had the lyrics and the translate. They're two different languages. I thought she was about to continue the line spitting some other language. Like, I was very excited about that, but it messed me up paying attention wise. So I'm gonna bring it back and like capture it all. I like she's switching up her voice now. That got a little bit more of the rah to it in there. Also lyrically, I'm actually liking this one the best lyric wise so far. Let's keep going. Is this alright? We need to go over a couple things. Is this from the same exact show? I think it is. Yeah, this doesn't sound anything like the other stuff. I'm here for it. I think I like this one better than the others so far. Just in general, the overall vibe. Which is weird because I've come in to now expect the more fantasy vibe as opposed to like the traditional rock vibe, but I think I'm still here for this. Yeah, lyrically, lyrically, this is night and day, in my opinion, better than the previous two that we've seen. This entire stanza that she goes through right here is full of fucking quotables. Whereas the rest of it, like, also, like, even in hip-hop, if you guys watch any of my reactions, I generally don't enjoy, like, any type of, like, storytelling necessarily. That's not the type of hip-hop that I go for. I go for the more, like, punchline, heavy-hitting, or poetic bars are more what I'm interested in. And this is definitely more my style, lyrically, than the last two. And musically. I think I just, in general, enjoy this one more so far.
The aim and the set, the kiss of faith is what I bet. Love in her, and the souls will say. Tell me why the heart should cry. Let me high. Leave me be and cease to tell me how to feel, to grieve, to shield myself from evil. Leave me be. All the of nights is killing me. Romanticide, do me wrong.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's like, in my opinion, this is shitting on the last two by, like, a lot. Which is why I'm kind of mad I scored the other one so high. Like, I have to score it high because I can appreciate that everything that's going into it is from a place of incredible skill, right? I can acknowledge what has gone into the show and how most of it, even if it's outside my comprehension, you know that this isn't a garage band. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still tell good music, even if you're not of the genre. This is not only, like, good music, but also, I think, is more my taste as well. So it brings it, like, above and beyond a little bit more for me. waited till it was over. So, like, this is my point. I can tell that that was a badass guitar solo, right? I have no way of scoring it, though. Like, I don't know that that was better or worse than the guitar solo from the last one that we watched. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can say that now that you guys have started yelling at me about it, I think I'm more perceptive to it now. So, like, I'm learning as we go along. But, like, to me, it's just, like, it's either sounds good or it doesn't. It's like a light switch and not a scale. And right now, like, light switch is up. Like, that was fucking dope. Like, I pointed this out before, and I think I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. This might be too meta, but, like, it seems like, from a composer standpoint, because I know you said, I'm learning from the comments and shit. I know Thomas is the one who, like, puts this all together as far as, like, the composition of what's going on. They do a good job of, as the music is transitioning from, like, one flow switch or whatever you want to call it in metal, but, like, we would call it a flow switch in hip-hop, from, like, one melody switch or one flow switch to the next, they're giving individuals a chance to rest. And it seems like it allows them to do these elongated performances when it's not her just literally belting stuff out from beginning to end, or it's not just, like, the guitar isn't present on every single one of the beat switches and stuff like that. Same thing with the drums. Like, it seems really well balanced in terms of stamina and who the pressure is on at any given time. So that's just something that I'm noticing that is, like, I'm kind of getting it. Like I said, I don't watch concerts too much. I've been to, like, less than 10 concerts my whole life, but, like, I'm putting it together. I'm intelligent enough to see what's going on and have some appreciation for that. Oh, hold on. I need this all. I need this all. I wasn't ready for this. All right. Alright, I gotta bring too much of this back. I have so much that I want to break down here, and I'm, like, waiting for, like, the good pause, and it just looks like it's gonna keep going. I need to go back to right when he starts. Alright, so, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like him as an individual singer. Like, if it was his voice the entire time, I'd have cut it off. Not my taste. However, I did like the Jadakiss and Styles back and forth that they were doing, and then when they harmonized and they were both going at the same time, that was super dope. I think that honest to God, like, as I'm trying to process, like, what it is I liked or disliked about it, I don't think his voice and his tonality fit the actual language that was being used in the lyrics. Like, his voice was a lot harder and more raspy as he was kind of saying this poetic, fantasy-esque type lyrics, and it just didn't sit well with me. Like, it's like, why are you so angry at these nice words that you're saying? Like, it just didn't fit well. But aside from his individual part when he starts singing, going the back and forth between them, and then just sonically what she was doing at the fucking end there was incredible.
There's always a life on without sense. The near death experience. Heart was full, now time to show. Perfection, my messenger for world. Taste the world, I can't fly a feast of menace. Nemesis must Lord, let me be lost in this world. Temporary pain, eternal shame. Stray part in these devils to escape. Spit me, let go, get rid of me in time. Just to find your still death.
When he yells like that too, he sounds way better. Like, he sounds better screaming, in my opinion, than he does when he was just kind of talking, chanting, right before that. This is incredible. Both visually and sonically, this is fucking super dope. I don't even have words for that. That was pretty fucking intense. I'm here for it. Let's fucking go. That seemed like the big moment. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that ending. Like, would it have been better if they ended on the screen? And like, cause the music and the fucking composition up until that point is really just a build up. I don't know how I feel about that. It was definitely amazing. Like, wow, that was fucking dope. I might have ended it 10 seconds sooner though. All right, let's go to the breakdown. Pull up the scorecard. This is what you guys are here for. I'd like to see at least one of you is here for my beautiful face. Alright, now we're a fan now. I like the band. So you need to catch at least 3 on the channel for me to be a fan of you guys. And I'll tell you what, this has been a dope test in general. Like, I didn't come in here for the music. I came in here for the fan interaction. Ended up staying for the music, and I am going to use my at least one day a week to go and explore other genres of music. So this has been just an overall dope experience. Definitely some of you guys that I talked to have been super cool too. So shout outs to you guys. Target audience for this, yeah, you know what? I think this one I definitely was more the target audience for. Proper setting for this. This is going to sound really fucking weird to you guys, and I don't have a great explanation. Maybe I do, but this is going to be weird. In my head, I seen Mario Kart the entire time. At some point in my life, walk with me on this, right? At some point in my life, I had to have been listening to more heavy metal when playing Mario Kart as a kid, because this definitely put me back into like having flashbacks of me as a kid playing Mario Kart, listening to music. So there's that. Ghost Rider, the only Metallica vibes were the only thing that I got from the beginning. Is that how you spell Metallica? I hope it is. I think it's 2 L's. There we go. And for those of you who are new here, Ghost Rider does not mean I think they actually ghost wrote it. It's an ongoing joke on my channel, which is basically now just used for a reference point of who they made you think of, where you think inspiration was pulled from, or what you relate them to in your head. Bars of lyrics. Now, oh fuck, we're not even supposed to be using this one. It's alright. Music scorecard. Bang bang. This is from the last one. Alright. Here we go, here we go. We are fans. Yes, the target audience. Mario Kart. Hey. And Ghost Rider Metallica. Close enough. Alright, music or instruments? This is where it gets hard. Like, I know I enjoyed it more than the last ones, right? But like, you can't, everything can't be a 25. Otherwise, there's no point to having a scoring system. But I like the music and instruments in this more than I have any of the previous ones, and I'm pretty sure I gave them a 25 previously. Yeah, I can't. This has been my favorite so far, so I can't, in good conscience, give this less than a 25 out of 25 if I've given it a 25 previously. You know what I'm saying? What's going to end up having to happen is, a year after doing this, I could probably go back to some previously looked at songs and rescore them when I have a better ear. Like, that might make more sense, because all this is like an in-the-moment feeling as opposed to an intellectual breakdown that I normally do, where songs are being compared to millions of other songs that we've listened to. Vocals, I want to take off some points for vocals, because whenever there's more than one vocalist that's on a project, we go ahead and we give them the average. I did not enjoy the backup guy. Please don't crucify me for not knowing names of anybody yet. I'm working on it. But I think he's the bassist that you said, guys, that sings. I did not enjoy him as much as I enjoyed her. I do think that took away from the song for me. So I would give this probably a 21 vocally, even though Floor was amazing. Personally, my taste, I didn't like. I already broke it down, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. But his addition, in my opinion, with the exception of when he was screaming and when they did it together, took away from the overall vocal performance, in my opinion. Lyrics or bars. Now, lyrics, I'm gonna give a 13 out of 15. Like, the lyrics were a lot better on this one. Couple quotables in there too, a couple t-shirts. That whole one stanza, you probably could have took any two lines from that stanza that I pointed out and could have had a dope t-shirt out of that. So yeah, 13 out of 15. This is, I think, the highest score lyrically that they've gotten from me, and I feel comfortable with that too. So, sound quality, 15 out of 15. Enough said. Cohesiveness and the atmosphere, 10 out of 10. And I'll tell you what, like, it's really standing out more to me now. Like, as I point out things, like, I can see, like, oh, they're giving this guy a chance to take a break and drink some water, you know what I mean, while this person's going out here and showing off. Like, the cohesiveness of the band is actually really dope. Like, you can tell that it's not a new band. Like, you can tell they're not putting themselves in a bad position where they're tiring members out and stuff like that. There's a lot of good things to say about it. Enjoyability, honestly, for me, yeah, I would give this one probably a 9, to be honest with you. This would go on a playlist. I would put this on a playlist easily. The only reason that it's not getting a 10, like, 10 is this is on repeat and I'm sending it to people. Like, I geek out so much that I have to, like, make other people listen to it. And I don't know too much rock stuff that's going to get me there yet until I get moved to, let's say, get like a Dream On situation where I'm like moved to tears by something, you know what I mean? So yeah, 9 out of 10. My score is 93 out of 100. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop down in the comments below. Let me know. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys coming and taking this journey with me, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.